condition, you can enter into this path at any time. But if you are not a seeker, you have lot of mind is running after the pleasure in the world, and you are not aware of that. Tantra is not for us until you become a seeker at the highest level. So I had got a lot of bitter experiences, and then I realized why this is bitter in my early stages. So now see that we have been doing the first chapter. We understood what is the nature of the real self. And in the second chapter, now compare critically, not compare that, I should become sad, I don't have that experience, because we are not a seeker at that level. So he is explaining that what happened to me after understanding, practicing, knowing what is the real nature. So now compare in the first verse, the seeker says, how wonderful, I am tranquil, taintless, pure knowledge, transcending matter. Until now means before reaching to this experience of the real self, I have been deceived by the delusion. So now I don't have any delusion. Now, what Master Seeker is saying, Seeker is narrating his own experiences. So as we continue the journey, we will reach to these experiences. So in the second verse, he says, I alone give light to this body. So I do to the world. So I am giver of a light. I am the sun. That sun means I am the pure consciousness. Do I have that experience? So that will tell us how much we are progressing into meditation. See that? In the third sutra, third verse, so he says, so now I have abandoned the body, means I have transcended the body and everything else by some good fortune. So he is not giving credit to his practices. He says, I have been doing the practice, but because of the grace, my true self is now known to me. You see the sense of humility? So I will invoke one principle there, a deeper principle. In the fourth verse, you might remember, just as waves, foams, bubbles are not different from water, so all this which emanated from myself is not other than me. Do I have that experience? Even one of these experiences you have, can I say with brevity, with should I dare to say that any one of these experiences, if it takes place, it is irreversible. Now you are sleeping, you live into that state. You wake up in the morning, aha, I am into that state. There is always aha moment all the time. Then I need not to say, please keep smiling. Don't be so serious. You know your nature is there. So the next verse, it is again a beautiful verse. So what is that beautiful verse? It says, Yatha eva ikshurase klarapta tena vyapta eva sharkara tatha vishwam mai klaptam maya vyaptam nirantaram. Now see that what he says, and then we will understand it clearly. So that knowledge should remain in your mind, and you should contemplate again and again, reflect on again and again. You are sitting. Okay, let me contemplate for a few minutes. So once you contemplate, that very knowledge will be clear. So what is the meaning of this verse? Just as sugar produced from the sugar cane is thoroughly infused within the juice. So if you have a sugar cane juice, you cannot say that at the bottom it is more sweet, at the surface it is less. It is permeating equally in all every drop of that sugar cane juice. So what he is referring now? What it has to do with the sugar cane and meditation? So he says similarly, the universe is produced in me. How daring that statement! And is wholly permeated by me without any interruption. So if I'm permeating in you and everyone, what happens? Do I have an experience of oneness, one reality? In the beginning, David and Stephen, they have been regulars. In the beginning, we have been understanding the vision and the colors and a lot of other stuff. But now, this master is saying, seeker is saying, do you have this experience? Come on. So now, understand from which principle it has come. Knowledge creates and enters into what it creates. Did you understand that? We get married, we produce our offspring, but we do not enter into our kids. So what is this? Knowledge creates and enters into what it creates. So there is a continuity of the knowledge, and that knowledge is nothing but the pure consciousness, whether you say consciousness or knowledge. So it means the knowledge is beginningless and endless. Knowledge contains consciousness. Consciousness contains knowledge. We cannot separate them. Now ask another question. This is another method of teaching in Eastern wisdom. What is that teaching? So you have heard what this seeker is saying, this is my experience. So one way of teaching is that the teacher asks the question and he answers. Why? To make the concept clear. Now, and I'm asking another question. Is knowledge created by man or God? Be rational totally. Understanding. Or if I say knowledge creates God and individual, which statement is true? If the knowledge is beginningless and endless, then the knowledge creates God and individual. It means what is created by the knowledge cannot be separated from the creator. What is created by the knowledge is always full of knowledge. So if I am created by the knowledge, which is consciousness, it means I contain the entire knowledge in that. What is yoga? Reveal that knowledge. What is meditation? Reveal that knowledge. Now put the counter question to understand. If knowledge is created by the God, has he created the knowledge by ignorance or knowledge? There must be some. David is happy now. I always talk of rational reasoning. Yeah, if the moment you are a seeker, then I have to talk like this. Now ask this question. If knowledge has What question I asked? If knowledge created by the God, has he created knowledge by ignorance or knowledge? And if by knowledge, so it is beginningless and endless. Knowledge cannot be created by ignorance. So simple. Clear? Understand that? When we do not know the nature of the knowledge, now the problem comes. When we do not know the very essence of the knowledge or the consciousness, then what happens? Delusion. Delusion to depression, to problem, to pain, to suffering. So, what is the meaning of meditation here? That by listening, learning, I enter into the knowledge of that consciousness where, here and now, by practice, no. So you see that? You find the same teacher here on Mondays and Thursdays where I say, no, learn this, practice this, practice this, practice this. And the same teacher is saying, no practice is required. Practice will not take you anywhere. Both are true. Both are true. It means where you stand. What is the level of your ignorance? I give one example like this. You're just outside your home. And I call you. Hey, where are you? Are you at home? Oh, yes. I'm just outside the home. And you are 1,000 miles away from the home. Are you outside your home? Yes, I'm outside. In both the cases, you are outside your home. It doesn't take even a second to enter into your home. And if you're 1,000 miles away, it takes time. So understand the level of the seekers who has to travel 1,000 miles to go inside the home. And if you are just outside. So go ahead. Ask another question. What is the origin of knowledge or consciousness? What is the origin? One thing we have to understand clearly. It was not created in time, space, or location. Knowledge is beyond time. It is in the present. It was in the present. It is in the present. It was in the past. And it will continue to be into the future. You see, clarity. Knowledge is beyond time. Knowledge is beyond location. Knowledge is also beyond location. Whether you say it is beyond location means that it is not present in America and it is present in India, we cannot say that. How simple it is. Understand that. So it means the knowledge is beyond time, beyond location, and beyond the shape. Shape means look at this shape, look at your shape. Knowledge is beyond shape also. Knowledge is beyond color also. We have to contemplate. When you contemplate and reflect, you will see, oh, wow, this is what he was saying. So what happens? All shapes manifest from knowledge. All time, past, present, and the future is expressed in knowledge. They appear. They appear. What appears? Past, present, and future appear because of ignorance. Otherwise, there is one time, there is one space. It is behind the color. Can I be aware of that state of consciousness within me? I am there. That knowledge is known as Satchidananda. What is that? English translation, that knowledge is absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. Why we say absolute? I have already explained it before. It is beginningless and endless. Now, with that understanding, read the verse, you will find, oh, this is what he is saying. Now, what happens? Where is the problem that I cannot experience this state of consciousness, this state of meditation here and now? Now, figure out why. When I have understood it is beginningless, it is endless, it is beyond time, space, and shape, and the color and the location, then why I don't? If I am the knowledge, if I am the pure consciousness, why I do not experience? Ask yourself. You see the logic, the way the masters explains each and every aspect. So our master says impurities. What are those impurities? Caused by the six enemies. What are those six enemies? Huh? They are desire, calm, anger or agitation, greed, pride. Huh? And I have talked about that many a times. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mad, Mat. So pride, delusion, and a strong identification with the body. Now see that I am the body. This is my knowledge. So it is preventing me to know what really I am. How simple. Second problem is the distractions, agitation. As long as agitation in the mind is there, I cannot have that deeper experience. So, what I need? Right knowledge, some practices, and the third problem comes is of ignorance. Ignorance can only be removed by knowledge. So, this master's teaching says he has explained this is the real self. No, but doubt comes in my mind. From where the doubt has come? Because I have been claiming I am the body, so doubt is there. So what happens? What is the definition of a doubt? Do you remember I explained you? Master says doubt simply means knowledge is sleeping. You have to work on the mind to gain to that knowledge. That knowledge. So now if you go to this verse, huh, what is real self? It is knowledge. I cannot have a knowledge without consciousness. So, is consciousness and the knowledge are together? They are not together, they are essentially one. How can I claim that I know you if I am not conscious? So, consciousness and the knowledge goes together. Now, see what is happening, how you enter into that deeper experiences. One example, pay attention to it. I know you, you know me. Yes, I know you because I see you. Clear? That is the knowledge. Because I see you, you see me. How do I know myself? By seeing. How do I know myself? When I say I see you, I am the seer, knower, you are the known. So, what is known? I see you through my sense organs. Clear? Clear? So, I see you through my sense organs. Knowledge is there. Are you paying attention? Knowledge is there. Now, when I say I see you, so how do I see me? Do I see myself through the sense organs? How do I know myself? Do you pass on the information? Oh, this is the way you should know yourself? Not very difficult. I don't see through my sense organs and still I know myself. I know myself. I know. Know. Knowledge. Right? Clear? Right? Do I need to believe that I love myself? Belief comes from the mind. That knowledge is already there. Even in the dark room, I know myself. So the mind has to be lifted. That is why we say in a symbolic language, the mind has to go deeper within. Deeper within, lifting up. Sense organs will limit my knowledge. Clear? Inference will limit my knowledge. I don't want mind to know myself. Let me sit in the state of the calmness, living within. That living within leads me to awakening. What he says, Yatha evekshurasu, just as the sugar produced from the sugar cane is thoroughly infused within its juice, knowledge, beginningless, endless. It is consciousness. Similarly, that entire universe is produced in me. What is that me? Not this is body, this is not Javid or Anne or Jerry or Girish. It is consciousness. Can I shift? Can I shift myself living in ignorance to that pure consciousness, which is knowledge? So, if I translate this, if the universe is produced in that knowledge, consciousness, and who is that knowledge and consciousness? I am. Hence, I am permeating everywhere. You're making me crazy. You are already crazy because you are limited by time, space, and so there is no need to make you crazy. I am my body, you are crazy. I am my mind, you are crazy. I am pure consciousness, that is the truth. This is my experience. This is what is the experience of a seeker of this meditation. Just see that it blows your mind. Once you even understand, oh, is that so? That is what is known as awakening. That is what is known as realization. That is the goal of meditation. That is the goal